So, hello dear students, welcome back to our channel Study Shark. I hope that you all are fine and doing well in studies as well. Dear students, now we are going to start with our agro-based industries. So, cotton, jute, silk, wooden textiles, sugar, and edible oil, etc. Industries are based on agricultural raw material. You know very well that we get cotton, jute, silk from silk. Where we get silk from silkworm. We get silk and all. So this is also based on agro based industry only. Then see dear student, here one flow chart is given to you all. Fiber production, spinning, weaving, knitting, dyeing and finishing, and then garment manufacturers. So see, fiber production is raw fiber, spinning is yarn, weaving, knitting is fabric, then dyeing, finishing gives us garments. So like this whole process occurs. So value addition in textile industry, this is a very important bache. In exam also, if you don't remember the answer, you can draw this flow chart. Maybe examiner can be impressed by your answer and he can give you more marks. Okay, now see, textile industry. Now see, textile industry occupies unique position in Indian economy because it controls significantly the industrial production, employment, generation, foreign exchange earnings. It is only the industry in the country which is self-reliant and complete in value chain, that is the raw material to the highest value added products. Now say dear student, this industry occupies a very important position in Indian economy because textile industry is very important. Why? Because it contributes significantly in industrial production, employment generation, foreign exchange earning. It is the only industry in the country which is self reliant and complete the value chain, that is raw material to the highest value added products. Because cotton textile, jute textile, these all products are very important. Today we wear cotton clothes, everything is made up of cotton, we prefer cotton items, isn't it? So cotton textile industry has a very textile industry generate very large revenue. Now, if I talk about cotton textile, so in ancient India, cotton textiles were produced with hand spinning and land loom weaving techniques. You must have seen Gandhiji's chakra. So he used to prepare that yarn and all. So cotton textile, these are produced from ancient India. These cotton textiles are very famous. They were produced with hand spinning and land loom weaving techniques. Now after 18th century, power looms came into use. Our traditional industries suffered a setback during colonial period. Colonial period means the period in which Britishers were controlling us. Okay, so because they could not compete with the mill made clothes from England, because mill made clothes, why they were very cheap? Because mill clothes were made very easily clothes were manufactured, large amount clothes were manufactured in very large quantities, and that's why people used to prefer this mill made clothes, because they were very cheap than the pure cotton made clothes in India. So the Indian producers used to suffer from a great loss. Okay, now the first point that is given, the successful textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. Now see, the two world wars were fought in Europe. India was a British colony. There was a demand for cloth in UK, hence they gave a boost to development of the cotton and textile industry. Now see next what is written. In the early years, cotton textile industry was concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Okay, so cotton industry was concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Now, can you think of a reason, bache, why these industries are very common in Gujarat and Maharashtra? The reason behind it is because these states are in the Deccan region, and we know very well that in Deccan region, bache, since these states are in Deccan region, you know this very well, bache, that in Deccan region there is highest amount of cotton is produced. So that's why there are so many cotton industries present there. Now see, availability of raw cotton, market and transport, including accessible port facilities, then labor, moist climate, etc., contributed towards the localization. Towards its localization means the cotton is produced in that particular area only. Why? Because See, availability of raw cotton is there, market, then transport, accessible for port facilities are there, then labor are available there in very large quantities, then moist climate is also present. So these contributed towards this localization. What do you understand by localization? The growing of cotton in a particular area. Now see next what is given. This industry has close links with agriculture and provides a living to farmers. Okay, close link with agriculture and provides a living to farmer. Living to farmer means they provide money to farmer, from which farmers buy their essential items like food, etc., whatever their family needed. Next is cotton ball pluckers and workers engaged in ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, tailoring and sewing. So this is the whole chain of cotton workers. Okay, next what is given. The industry by creating demand support, the industry by creating demand support, many other industries such as chemical, dyes, packaging materials and engineering works. You must have seen that cotton production, cotton, when we make garments from cotton, so it required dyeing process, spinning, etc., all the process. So the dyes are also taken by these cotton industries only. Okay, so while spinning continues to be centralized in Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu, weaving is weaving, I am again and again saying weaving, it is weaving. Okay bache, weaving is highly decentralized to provide scope for incorporating traditional skills and designs of weaving in cotton, silk, zari, embroidery, etc. India has world class production in spinning, but weaving supplies of low quality fabric as it cannot use much of the high quality yarn produced in the country. Weaving is done by hand loom, power looms and in mills. Okay bachche, so this is a very simple paragraph. I don't think that there is anything which is very difficult in this paragraph. It is understandable only. So we'll move on to next line. What is written? The hand spun khadi provides large scale employment to weavers in their home in the cottage industry. You know very well bachche that because this whole process requires so much of labor, so much of workers, so these workers also get their living from this industry, isn't it? Now next is, why did Mahatma Gandhi lay emphasis means, what do you mean by emphasis? Means he put stress on spinning yarn and weaving khadi. Why is it important for our country to keep mill sector loomage lower than power loom and hand loom? Dear student, the reason behind is because the quality, the precision that we get from hand looms and power looms is very, it is unmatched. Mill loomage works, or the cotton that we get, the clothes that we get are not so good in quality. But if you'll see the handloom clothes, they are so soft, the cotton is so soft, when we wear they are not itchy, they are very nice soft material. So that's why Gandhiji lay emphasis on this. And the another reason why Gandhiji lay emphasis is so that each and every small worker who is dependent on spinning these yarns, who has very nice skills of the skill in these practices, so that person can also earn his living. Okay, so there are 2 points basically. Now see next, dear student, next is written jute textile. Okay, jute textile, many things are removed bachche, so I think that you will understand. Many of the questions, many of the content is removed. Direct jute textile has come. I have old book, that's why I'm saying the children who have old book will definitely relate with me. Okay, okay, what is written? See, jute. India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods and stands at second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. Okay. Most of the mills are located in West Bengal, mainly along the banks of the Hugli River in narrow belt. Okay. Next it is written, the first jute mill. The first jute mill was set up near Kolkata in 1855 in Rishra. After partition in 1947, the jute mills remained in India but 3/4 of the jute producing area went to Bangladesh, while East Pakistan. Okay, next is written, and as you can see this map, dear student, cotton textile, woolen textile, silk textile. Very important map. Okay, next see here. What is it written? Factors responsible for their location in Hugli Basin are proximity of jute producing area, inexpensive water transport, supported by good network of railways, roadways and waterways to facilitate movement of raw material to the mills, abundant water for processing raw jute, cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining state of Bihar, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh. Kolkata, as large urban center, provides banking, insurance, and port facilities for the export of jute goods. So, factors for their location, Hugli Basin. So, this is a very important paragraph, and most of the questions come from this paragraph. So, this is very important. You need to focus on this paragraph. What is written? C. Factors responsible for location in the Hugli Basin. Why jute textile industries are produced in Hugli Basin only? So first of all, proximity of jute producing areas. Proximity of jute producing area. First point. Second, inexpensive water transport. Third, supported by good networks of railways, roadways, and waterways to facilitate the movement of raw material to the mills. Fourth, abundant water for processing raw jute, cheap labor from West Bengal. Abundant water for processing raw jute. This is fourth. Fifth is cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining state of Bihar, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh. Then Kolkata is the largest urban center, provide banking, insurance. Yes, this is sixth point. Kolkata is the largest urban center that provides banking, insurance and port facilities for export of jute goods. So any 5 points you can write in your paper. And this paragraph is containing all the information about why jute is in the Hugli Basin only. And you people say that ma'am, answers are not present in the NCERT book. Questions came from outside. No question come from outside. Everything comes from your NCERT book only. But the reason is that you people don't prefer NCERT book. You people read thousands of book. Thousands is more number. Thousands is very large number. I mean that people read 25 books or more than those books of SST, different brands, all in one, Oswal, and I don't want to say the brand names, but you read many books. But the main book that is having each and every answer, that is having each and every information, is your NCERT book, and nothing comes beyond it. So there is no need to go beyond NCERT. Just you need to focus on NCERT, and just you need to work on your language skills. And when you will work on these skills, I am definitely guaranteeing that you people will score very good marks in your SST paper. Just the thing is that how nicely you are reading the book. Okay, so see, you can get answers from one paragraph. The thing is that you are not reading the book very nicely and concentrate and not able to concentrate on the content that is given in your book. Now next is sugar industry. Sugar industry. Now what is written? So sugar industry is also given. Wait. Sugar industry. Now we will read. Now see, sugar industry. India stands as the second as world producer of sugar, but occupies the first place in production of gur and khansari. So this you have to note. Okay. Now next is the raw material used in this industry is bulky and holage. Okay. Holage. Its surcose content reduces. Okay. The mills are located in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra. Okay. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh. 60% of mills are in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. This industry is seasonal in nature, so it is ideally suited to the cooperative sector. Seasonal in nature, that's why the people who produce the things, they are only the owner of this industry. Can you explain why this is so? Because just these people, because if the people if it is not in the cooperative sector, so the people who are working in this industry, this is seasonal, isn't it? So these cooperative people know very well that in which season we have to grow cotton and we have to sell. So these people will grow cotton in that particular season only. But the another manufacturers, if they, this is not in cooperative sectors, so the people who are new, so they don't know that when sugar is produced, so they will just buy sugar. They don't know how to save that sugar, how to take the raw material very nicely, because they don't know when sugar is produced very nicely, very efficiently, and in which period does it grow. So that's why this is more important. It is ideally suited to the this cooperative sector only, because it is seasonal in nature. The reason is given in your book also. Okay, now next is, in recent year, there is a tendency for mills to shift and concentrate in southern and western state, especially in Maharashtra. Okay, this is because the cane produced here has a higher sucrose content. The cooler climate, the पहला reason ये है कि this is because the cane producer here has a higher sucrose content. Then the second reason is the cooler climate also ensures longer crushing season. Then the third is the cooperative are major successful in these states. Okay, so this is very easy. So see, 3 marker question could be from sugar industry. They can ask you that why there is a tendency for they can ask you this question. There is a tendency for mills to shift and concentrate in southern and western states, especially in Maharashtra. Justify the statement. Now how you will justify, the 3 points are given in your book. 3 marker question only will come. So 3 point you will mention first, because it is a because the cane produced here is higher in sugar content. Second, the cooler climate that also ensures the longer crushing season. Then third, the cooperatives are major successful in these states. Now see, dear student, challenges are not given in your book. Okay. Challenges are not given. So we'll directly move on to mineral based industries. Okay, bache? Mineral based industries. Now what is given? Industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials, minerals and metals as raw material, are called mineral based industries. Okay, bache? So the industries that use minerals and metals as their raw material are mineral based industry. I told you, according to the raw material, there are two types of industries: agro based industries and mineral based industry. Agro based industries we have seen, these industries use agricultural products like sugar industry, jute textiles, cotton textile. There are three agro-based industries that we have studied about. Now, dear students, we are going to study our mineral-based industries. So, these are industries that use minerals and metals as their raw material. So, these are mineral-based industries. Can you name some industries that will fall in these category? Iron and steel industry, and then dear student, many aluminium industry. There many industries there. Copper smelting, aluminum smelting. So these industries also fall in this category on. Okay, so mineral based industries. Now this is iron and steel industry we are going to look. Iron and steel industry is a basic industry that, since all other industries, heavy, medium, light, depend on it for their machinery. Steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods, construction of material, defense, medical, telephone, scientific equipment, and a variety of consumer goods. Okay, next what is given? Activity. Make a list of all goods made up of steel that you can think of. So you can write, bachche. Then next is, production and consumption of steel is often regarded as index of a country's development. Very, very important. Justify the statement aa gaya. Justify the statement can come in this question. Production and consumption of a steel is often regarded as an index of a country's development. Justify the statement by the suitable points. So iron and steel is a very heavy industry, because all the iron and steel is a heavy industry. Why? Again the question can come, because all the raw material as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky, entailing heavy transportation costs. Okay, पहला point ही आ गया, ठीक है. The first point is this. I'm sorry dear students, I'm again using Hindi. The medium of this session is English only, so I'm really sorry for that. Okay, so this is the first point. Because all the raw material as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky, entailing heavy transportation costs. Next is iron ore, cooking coal and limestone are required in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1. Okay, iron ore, coking coal and limestone are required in the ratio of 4:2:1. Okay. Some quantities of manganese are also required to harden the steel for making steel, बच्चे. Okay. Where should the steel plants be ideally located? So remember that the finished product also needs a efficient transportation network for the distribution to the markets and the consumers. Okay. Now see what is given. This flowchart is given, very important flowchart, बच्चे. In this chapter, manufacturing industry, बच्चे, generally flowcharts are given to you all. So I would request all of you to please focus on flowcharts, because flowcharts are really going to help in your examination. If you don't remember any points, suppose there is a 5-marker question and you remember only 3 points, that's okay. That is not a big issue. You don't have to panic. You have to not panic on that. What you can do, bache, you can just think of a flowchart. If you have prepared a flowchart, if you know the flowchart, you can just make that flowchart in the remaining part of your sheet. If you have written the 3 points, then the question is of 5 marks. So 5 marks, you can just draw that flowchart and you will get your remaining marks also. Because sometimes we don't know answers in point, but we can make flowchart for presenting an answer, isn't it? So now what is given? See, this is given a map, and map work are very essential, बच्चे. Map work you have to prepare, and sometimes you don't know all the map, you don't know all the places in the map. So what you can do now, you can do extra. Always do extra in map work, I am telling you, dear student. Always, if the question has said that you have to do 5 places, you have to mark 6 places, because if your one place is wrong, another place can be correct. So examiner can give you the marks. So that's a small trick that I want to give you. Always do extra. I am saying always extra you have to do, because they in map work, examiners don't know that which 5 you are talking about. They just see that you have marked 5 places correct in map or not. So that 5 places could be any 5 places. So that you have to remember. Always try to do extra in map work. Okay. Now see, next is Chota Nagpur plateau they are talking about. Okay. So dear student, wait a minute. I'm just searching where is this content. Okay, I got it. Because I have old book. Now see, Chota Nagpur Plateau region has the maximum concentration of iron and steel industry. Okay. It is largely because of the relative advantage this region has for the development of this industry. Answer is already given in the book. You people said that you don't get answers in NCERT book, but see, every answer is given. So try to focus on NCERT book, because it is giving you each and every answer. So what question can be formed here? Chota Nagpur Plateau has the why Chota Nagpur Plateau region has the maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. Justify your answer with suitable points. Okay. So now what you can write first? First point would be, it is largely because of the relative advantage this region has for the development of this industry. Now the first point, second point you will write, these include low cost iron ore, high grade raw materials in proximity, cheap labor and vast growth potential in home market. Though India is an important iron and steel producing country in the whole in the world, yet we are not able to perform in our full potential largely due to see, India is an important steel and producing country in the world, but we are not able to perform to our full potential, largely due to first reason, high cost and limited availability of coking coal, and second, lower productivity of labor, third, irregular supply of energy, and fourth, poor infrastructure. See, 4 points they have given you. This is an indication that there can be 5-marker questions. 5 marker question can be formed from these lines. Okay. We also import good quality of steel from other countries. However, the overall production of steel is sufficient to meet our domestic demand. That means demand that is present in our own country. Okay. So I hope that you people understood all these things. Okay, it was still home market only. Sorry, dear student, I read little extra content that was given in my old book. I'm really sorry for that. In your new book only till home market is given, bacche, so you will note till home market only. Okay, okay bacche. Next that is given to you is next that is given to you is from aluminium smelting. Okay, we are going to cover up aluminium smelting. This is very, aluminium smelting is very important, bacche. You know, questions are formed from this also. बच्चे see this aluminium smelting is very important. बच्चे, what is written? See, aluminium smelting is the second most important metallurgical industry in India. Metallurgical industry means metallurgy is a branch of science. बच्चे, you can say, in which we deals with extraction of metals, in which we deal with how metals are extracted. Okay, so metallurgical industry means it is related to extraction of metals. Okay, so it is second most important. In India, it is light, resistance to corrosion, a good conductor of heat, malleable, and becomes strong when mixed with other metals. Okay, so these are the advantages of aluminium. Okay, so it is used to manufacture aircraft, utensils, and wires. It has gained popularity as a substitute of steel, copper, zinc, and lead in a number of industries. So why it is very popular? Because it is because it has gained this popularity as a substitute of steel. Substitute, you know very well that we can substitute steel, zinc, copper, lead, etc. with aluminium. Okay, now see, next what is given? Aluminium smelting plants in country are located in Odisha, West Bengal, Kerala, and Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Then we have Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Okay. Then next what is given? Bauxite is a raw material that is used in smelters. Is a very bulky, dark, reddish colored rock. And this we have already learned in mineral and energy resources. Okay. Next what is given? See, the flow chart given below shows the process of manufacturing aluminium. Okay, so bauxite you can learn, bacche. Bauxite, the 2-3 lines that are given about bauxite that are very important. First of all, the bauxite, a raw material used in smelters, is a very bulky, dark, reddish colored rock. Smelters. Okay, smelters is a very bulky, dark, reddish colored rock. The flow chart given below. Flow chart is given below, bacche. Flow charts is given below. Yeah, flow chart is given there. So, bacche, you can see this flow chart. 4 to 6 tons of bauxite means 4 to 6 thousands of bauxite. Then it gives 2 tons of alumina. 2 tons of alumina means 2000 kgs of alumina, and which gives 1 ton of aluminium. 1 ton means 1 kg of aluminium. So you can see how difficult and how precious the aluminium becomes. Then next is bauxite, a raw material. Bauxite quarry, transport, rail or ship. Then alumina. Bauxite is crushed and alumina dissolved out. Then aluminium refinery, bulk ore shipped and to a site of smelters. Calcinated petroleum coke from a refining. Then calcination, you know very well process of calcination, bacche, in which we heat the metal, we heat the oxide or whichever ore or metal in the absence of air. Okay, this you must have read in your chemistry chapters. Okay, next pitch from colliery. Then we have cariolite, a molten metal act as an electrolyte. Then we have aluminium smelter. So electricity that is required is 18,600 kilowatt hour per ton of the ore. Per ton means per 1000 kg of the ore. Okay, so this much electricity is required. Now see what is written. See बच्चे, one more thing बच्चे about bauxite. Regular supply of electricity and the assured source of raw material at the minimum cost are two prime factors for the location of the industry. Very important. What are the two prime factors for the location of aluminium industries? First of all, regular supply of electricity and the assured. First of all, regular supply of electricity. Second, an assured source of raw material at the minimum cost. Okay, these are the two factors. Now बच्चे, there is next that is given us about chemical industries. So we are going to learn about chemical industries. So chemical industry in India is the fastest growing and diversifying. Okay, fastest growing and diversifying. It comprises of both large and small scale manufacturing units. Okay, which industry? Chemical industry. Rapid growth has been recorded in both inorganic and organic sectors. Inorganic chemical includes sulfuric acid, which is used to manufacture fertilizers, synthetic fibers, plastics, adhesives, paints, dyes, stuffs, etc. Nitric acid, alkalis, soda ash, and used to prepare make glass, soap, detergent, paper, and caustic soda. These industries are widely spread over the country. You know what is importance of this chemical industry, because in chemistry you learn about these things only. Then next is, why do you think it's so? Organic chemicals include petrochemicals, which are used for manufacturing of synthetic fibers, synthetic rubber, plastic, dye stuffs, drugs, and pharmaceuticals. Okay. Organic chemical plants are located near the oil refineries or petrochemical plants. The chemical industry is its own largest consumer. Basic chemical undergo processing to further produce other chemicals that are used for industrial application, agriculture, or directly for consumer markets. Make a list of products that you are aware of. So dear student, you must have read in class 10th. There was one chapter that is acid base and salt, and you must have read that NaCl is used to produce many more chemicals. Okay, so in chemical industry is its own consumer. Reason behind, because one chemical is used to produce many other chemicals. Okay, now see dear students, we have fertilizer industries. Okay, fertilizer industry is the another very important industry. Okay, now what is fertilizer industry? Let's read it. Fertilizer industry is centered around the production of nitrogenous fertilizers, mainly urea. Urea is a nitrogenous substance. Okay, phosphate fertilizers, and the ammonium phosphate DAP, and complex fertilizers which have a combination of nitrogen, phosphate, potash, and the third, potash, is entirely imported in the country. As the country does not have any reserves of commercially usable potash or potassium compound in any form. Okay, then after Green Revolution, the industry expanded to several parts of the country. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and Kerala contribute towards the half of the fertilizer production. Other significant producers are Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan, Bihar, Maharashtra, Assam, West Bengal, Goa, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, and Karnataka. Now next we have bachche cement industry. So you know very well bachche what is Green Revolution. Do you know this term Green Revolution bachche? Green Revolution was a revolution for what? In which we were protecting our ozone layer, and we were doing whatever we were doing, farming and all, we were doing it, by preserving our nature and all. So that was Green Revolution. So Green Revolution, the industry expanded to several other parts of the country. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, only the states are mentioned here. So there is nothing to explain. You have to just remember these states. Okay. Next is cement industry. If I talk about cement industry, cement is essential for construction activity such as building houses, factories, bridges, roads, airports, dams, and for other commercial establishments. Okay, so cement is very essential item, because even today when we build houses and all, we require cement. Okay, so cement is a very very important item. Okay, so this industry requires bulky heavy raw materials like limestone, silica, and gypsum. Very important. Okay, so it requires what? Heavy bulky items like limestone, silica, and gypsum. Coal and electrical power are needed apart from the rail transportation. Yes, dear students. So, what we were learning? We were learning about, yeah, for cement industry, isn't it? So, bachche, now what is written? The industry has strategically located plants in Gujarat and suitable access to the market in Gulf countries. Okay, strategically. Why strategically term is used, bachche? Because why they have established plants in Gujarat? So that they can have suitable access to market in Gulf countries. Okay, Gulf countries. Okay, whatever we say, but you have to remember this thing. Okay, next is, dear student, next is about the first cement plant. Okay, so the first cement plant was set up in Chennai in 1904. Okay, after independence the industry expanded. Okay, after when we got independence, we got independence in 1947. Improvement in quality. Now see what is given. Okay, this has been cut. Okay, automobile industry. Bachche, directly we will come to automobile industry. What is given, bachche? Automobile provide vehicle for quick transport of goods services. Vehicle for quick transport of goods services and passengers. Okay. Trucks, buses, cars, motorcycles, scooters, three-wheelers, and multi-utility vehicles. Multi-utility vehicles. What do you understand by multi-utility vehicles, bachche? Multi-utility vehicles means the vehicles which can be utilized for more than one task. Okay. Then are manufactured in India at various centers. After liberalization, what do you mean by liberalization? Liberalization means the freedom of something, and the coming in of new and contemporary models stimulated the demand for vehicles in the market, which led to the healthy growth of industry, including passengers, cars, two and three wheelers. The cars industry is located around the Chennai, Gurugram, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai. Okay, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, Indore, Hyderabad, Jamshedpur, and Bangalore. So this was about automobile industry, very important industry, and consists of very important part in India, because dear student, you know very well that India we use automobile for literally everything, isn't it? For transporting, for any tertiary activity, and many other things. Okay, so next is information technology and industrial electronics industry. Information technology is IT, and ICT is information communication technology. Electronics industry. So next is electronics industry covers a wide range of products from transistors, sets to television. Okay, telephones. Okay, telephones, cellular telecom, telephone exchange, radars, computers, and many other equipments required by telecommunication industry. Bangalore has emerged as the electronic capital of India. Okay. Next, other important centers for electronic goods are Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, Coimbatore. The major industry concentration is at Bangalore, Noida, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Pune. A major impact of this industry has been on the employment generation. Very important, very important. Why? The continuing growth in the hardware and software is the key to the success of IT industry in India. Okay. Next, what is given? Industrial pollution and environmental degradation. So, now let's see this. This is a very important part, bache, and many questions are made from this, because you know very well what CBSE plays on competency questions, and competency questions come from these parts only. Okay. Next, so the question is, all those industries contribute significantly to India's economic growth and development. India's economic growth and development. The increase in population, population I'm saying, I'm sorry, but it is pollution of land, water, and air, noise resulting in degradation of environment that they have caused cannot be overlooked. Industries are responsible for four types of pollution. What are four types of pollution? Air, water, and land and noise. The polluting industries also include thermal power plants. Okay, thermal power plants. Now next is air pollution. Let's study air pollution. So it is caused by the presence of high proportion of undesirable gases such as sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide. Airborne particulate materials contain both solid and liquid particles like dust, sprays, mist, and smoke. Smoke is emitted by chemical and paper factories, brick kilns, refineries, and smelting plant, and the burning of fossil fuel in big and small factories that ignore pollution norms. Toxic gas leaks can be very hazardous with long-term side effects. Okay, long-term effects. Okay. Are you aware of Bhopal gas tragedy that occurred? Air pollution adversely affect human health. How it affect human health, बच्चे? Because air pollution, the tiny hairs that are present in our alveoli or something part of lung, I don't remember. So they cause damage to that, and because of that, we are not our lungs do not function properly, and we get lot of respiratory related issues. Okay, now animals, plants, buildings, and the atmosphere as a whole. Now see what is given. Next is given water pollution. It is caused by organic and inorganic industrial waste and effluents discharged into river. The main culprits this regard are paper, pulp, chemical and textile and dyeing petroleum refineries, tanneries and electroplating industries that let out dyes, detergent, acids, salts, and heavy metals like lead, mercury, pesticides, fertilizers, synthetic chemicals with carbon, plastics, and rubber, etc. Okay, okay. So, detergent, acid, salt, and heavy metals. So these, they heavily, turn our rivers very polluted. And when our rivers get polluted, but it's very, very, dangerous for the aquatic life that is present inside the river, and also for us as a human beings. Because what happens? What happens, bachche? When rivers get polluted, when pollution, when the water pollution become very large, so what are the consequences of that? Consequences are these, that bachche, the aquatic life is destroyed in the inside the water, inside the river. Water pollution is dead only. Then water, I'm not talking about just the river pollution, I'm talking about the water that is present in all over the earth. So it get polluted. The drinking water, the water is a very essential resource. You know this very well, bachche. There is no need to tell the importance of water. So it's very important to protect our water. We should not, flush our waste, industrial waste into water directly without treating them properly. Okay. So next, what is given? Into water bodies, fly ash, phospho, gypsum, iron, steel, slags are the major solid waste in India. Now next is thermal pollution. Thermal pollution of water occurs when hot water from factories, thermal plant is drained into the river. Okay. Hot water from factories, thermal plant drained into the river, ponds before cooling. What would be the effect of aquatic life? Waste from the nuclear plant, power plant, nuclear and the weapon production, nuclear and the weapon production facilitates. Acha, sorry, I am reading facilitate. It is facilities. Okay, sorry, I am really sorry, bachche. Facilities cause cancers, birth defects, and miscarriages. Very important, miscarriages. Soil and water pollution are closely related. Dumping of waste, especially glass, harmful chemicals, industrial effluents, packaging, salt, garbage renders the soil useless. Renders the soil useless. Rainwater percolates the soil, carrying the pollutants to the ground, and groundwater also get contaminated. Very important. See, you can see how all these are, getting related. So if water pollution are closely related, soil and water pollution are closely related. Why they are closely related? The question can be formed like this. You have to tell how. Because dumping of waste, generally glass, harmful chemicals, industrial effluents, packaging of salt, garbage renders the soil useless. The rainwater percolates the soil, carrying pollutants to the ground, and the groundwater also get contaminated. So like this, you have to tell answers, because the question can be formed like this, and how water pollution and soil pollution are interrelated. You have to answer the question, bachche. Okay. Then we talk about noise pollution. Noise pollution, bachche, very easy part. Noise pollution not only result in irritation and anger, it can also turn hearing impairment, increased heart rate and blood pressure among other psychological effects. Unwanted sound is irritant and the source of stress. Industrial and construction activities, machinery, factory equipment, generators, saws, and pneumatic and electric drills also make lot of noise. So sometimes you must have seen, dear student, when the manufacturing, no, not a manufacturing work, I am talking about the machinery work or any construction work is going near your house. So you feel very irritated, because every time you hear that very harsh sound. So that's why, dear student, noise pollution causes lot of irritation and anger. Now control of environmental degradation. Now from this competency questions come, the most competency questions, the many competency questions come from these paragraph. This page you have to prepare very well for your examination. This is must to do. Okay. Now see how you will learn. Entire liter of wastewater discharged by our industrial pollutes 8 times the quantity of fresh water. Very important fact. Okay. Then how can the industrial pollution of the fresh water can be reduced? For some suggestions are: first, minimizing use of water for processing by reusing, recycling it in 2 or 4 more successive stages. Very nice. This is a very important method. See, minimizing use of water and processing by reusing and recycling. Very important. Then harvesting the rainwater to meet water requirements. Again, nature's. When you are getting nature's water, why you need to depend on the water from the other resources? Just save rainwater and you will be perfect. You will get all the requirement of water that you want. Okay. Then treating hot water and effluents before releasing them into river and ponds. Treatment of industrial effluents can be done in 3 phases. Very important. Next kya bachche? Next you can see here, primary treatment by mechanical means. This involves screening, grinding and flocculation and sedimentation, that you have learned how water is treated. This you have learned in class 8th, and I think so it was in class 7th. Those children who have studied the old version of book, they must know this. They must be knowing this. And this you have also studied in class 9th. I don't remember, but yesterday I think there was a such chapter named water, for water only that chapter was. So there you have read these process: sedimentation, flocculation, okay, grinding and screening. Then says secondary treatment by biological process, very important. Then next is tertiary treatment by biological, chemical and physical properties process. This involves recycling of wastewater. Then next, see what is written: overdrawing of groundwater reserve by industry, where there is treat to groundwater resources, also need to be regulated legally. Particulate matter in the air can be reduced by fitting smoke stacks to factories with air electrostatic precipitators, fabric filters, scrubbers, inertial separators. Smoke can be reduced by using oil or gas instead of coal in factories. Machinery and equipment can be used, and generators should be fitted by the silencers. Almost all machinery can be redesigned to increase energy efficiency and reduce noise. Noise absorbing. Now, see, student, very important. What is written? What is written, bacche? Noise absorbing materials may be used apart from personal use of ear plugs and earphone. Very important बच्चे. Then next is the challenge of sustainable development requires integration of economic development with environmental concerns. This point is the most important. See, challenge of sustainable development. First of all, the question is, what do you understand by sustainable development? But sustainable development is a development that takes place without harming the environmental things, without harming the environment, with concerning that we have to save our resources for future generation as well. For concerning, it involves concerning about future generation. Okay, so it requires integration of economic development. That means connection of economic development with the environmental concern. That you have to focus on environmental concerns also. You are doing economic development, that's okay, but just focus on environmental concerns also. When you focus on environmental concerns, then only you will do development without harming the environment, and that will lead to sustainable development, and also it will keep our resources safe for our future generation as well. Now what is written? NTPC shows the way. NTPC is a major power providing cooperation in India. Corporation in India. It has ISO certification and EMS environment management system. 14,001. The cooperation has proactive approach for preserving natural environment and resources like water, oil, gas, and fuels in places where it is setting up power plants, and this has been possible through. First, बच्चे points are given. Optimum utilization of equipment, adopting latest techniques and upgrading existing equipment. Then next, minimizing waste generation by maximizing ash utilization. Then third, providing green belts for nurturing ecological balance and addressing the question of special purpose vehicles for afforestation. Then third, reducing environmental pollution through ash pond management and ash water recycling system and liquid waste management. Then the last point बच्चे, ecological monitoring, reviews and online database management for all its power stations. So this NTPC shows the ways बच्चे. You can read this case study and these 5 points. Please learn these 5 points by heart बच्चे, because you know very well that 5 marker question can be formed through NTPC shows the way. Okay, from this case study. So please read this case study carefully. Bacha, I have told you the possible question that can be made from this chapter. 5 marker questions are also, 5 marker questions also come through this chapter, and 4 marker questions, 3 marker question also come from this chapter. So it's very important for you people to read the chapter very carefully without leaving any line. Okay, because the chapter is very small. It is relating, see, this chapter is relatable. Why? Because it is linking with science. Okay, it has link with science. It is talking about normal extraction processes. Then what this chapter is talking about? This chapter is talking about normal concerns, that is pollutions. Pollutions you can write by yourself also. You are studying pollution since class 5th. You know about noise pollution. You know about air pollution. Just you have to write in your own words. So language proficiency is very essential. And if you people have, there is no need to read the chapter. But if you people don't have, you have to read the chapter again and again, twice, thrice times, so that you remember each and every line, and in exam you don't get nervous. So thank you so much, dear students, for watching this video. I hope that this video was very useful for all of you, and you will definitely motivate us and promote us more, so that we can make more videos for you all. Thank you so much, dear students, for watching this video, and I'm so grateful that you people have watched this video till the end. Okay, thank you so much for watching.